Hey everybody, this is Lalonda today, talking about a movie that you may not have caught when it was first released, and I'm drawing your attention to it right now. Today we're going to talk about Clive Barker, the writer and director. He released in 1995 a film called Lord of Illusion, and when I first saw it, I fell in love with it. Now, I know that the box office wasn't too kind with it, so that's why one of the reasons I want to draw your attention to is because there is a great movie underneath this. It's more than just your heart, there's a mystery involved in this. Now, the film has to do with a character named Nyx. He's sort of a shady, evil person, but he has the power of illusion, the power of magic. Now, he has some followers that are very, very devoted to him. And one follower in particular, a guy named Swan, Nyx has a very good relationship with. And Nyx basically gave him all the information, all the illusions, all the magic. But Swan realized that there's a serious price with this. So, to not get into too much detail, he sort of bumps off Nyx. Now, in a way that is sort of like, what the hell? So here it is, 13 years after the fact, and you have Harry D'Amour, who's a private investigator. Now, for reasons that I'm not going to get into detail, he gets involved in this thing with Nyx and Swan, and about Swan's wife Dorothea, which is played by Famke Janssen, who played Phoenix, Dark Phoenix in the X-Men movie. Dr. Jean Grey / Dark Phoenix. We're not going to get into that. She's pretty good in this. There's a part in the film that I'm trying not to spoil, so if I do spoil this, I'm giving you heads up. There may be some spoilers in that, so I'm going to give you a few seconds. Go away. Go away. Okay. I'm about to release some spoilers. It's very crucial to what I have to say about this. But there's one scene involving Nyx and his resurrection. All I can tell you is that scene for a few seconds really spooked the hell out of me. Because they're very serious. There are some very serious devoted followers of Nyx. You want to know how serious? Let's just say there's some broken glass and people that shave their heads and people with snakes and stuff like that. Anyway, there's two versions out there. There's the original theatrical version that was released back in 1995, and there is a uncut director's version. I highly recommend that you watch the director's cut because there's some scenes that were cut out of the original theatrical version. And also, this you'll have a better understanding of the cultists and their deep sort of twisted devotion to Nyx. The things that they would do for eternal life. And all I can say is that I'm not going to spoil it. I don't want to spoil that. But you got to watch the film. But again, you got Scott Bakula plays Harry D'Amour, who's a private detective who has a sort of dip into the dark side. He has darkness all about him, and he just gets into some serious shit. Famke Janssen is Dorothea with her little secret. She's very good in that. And last but not least, the guy who plays Nyx. Now, Daniel Van Bargen. Now, he was also in Seinfeld, but he does a pretty good role here as Nyx. Also, look out for Kevin J. O'Connor, who plays Swan. Kevin J. O'Connor, I think, is one of the most underrated actors out there. He's a very good actor. He hasn't had a lot of the real juicy roles. I mean, he was in Peggy Sue Got Married. He was in The Mummy. He was in Van Helsing. But in those two, he's played sort of sidekick roles. Kevin J. O'Connor, there's another movie I'm going to throw out there. It's a movie he did called The Moderns with Keith Carradine, Linda Fiorentino, and John Lone Stone. That's going to be a separate video because I want to talk about the Moderns later. But Kevin J. O'Connor, great role in this. The man has potential, and I wish that he would come back on screen soon because, again, he's underrated. He's one of the greatest actors out there. So anyway, if you haven't seen it, watch Lord of Illusions. I know YouTube has it, so you can definitely watch it. Definitely go out and get the video. It's worth a watch.